Spartans, this is Patrick. Things are crazy out there right now, huh? I wanted to send you a little video to encourage you during this time. And I've got a question for you. And the question is during this time, where is your hope? So all of you enjoy obstacle course racing, especially Spartan racing. And I don't know if you noticed this, but during a race, we put our hope in certain things. It might be something as simple as, man, I'm really thirsty. I can't wait to get to the next water station. Or you are really tired of doing a super or a beast or maybe an ultra, and you're going, oh, that finish line is just a little ways ahead. And you start thinking about that. You start putting your hope in that finish line. Or you might come to an obstacle and you've been practicing this obstacle. You haven't been able to do monkey bars yet in a race, but you've been working on it, practicing it, getting stronger, and your hope is that your muscles are going to be there for you, that your nutrition's been locked in, and that your muscles are going to be there for you and function properly, and the skills you've been working on are going to be there, and you're going to conquer that obstacle. So now, during this time, this whole coronavirus thing and the craziness of everyone around us right now, running frantically through grocery stores and whatnot, is a little different. We can't really put our hope in the finish line, or are you putting your hope in the finish line? Because this finish line, it might not come for a while. It might not be next week. It might not be 8 weeks from now. It might be a lot longer. So where are you putting your hope? So there is a man I want to tell you a little story about, and his name is Patrick, and not this Patrick. His name is he's known as Saint Patrick. So happy Saint Patrick's Day. I want to tell you a little bit about his story and how he was he went through an experience where he didn't have a lot of hope. But then something happened that gave him a lot of hope, and I'm hoping this is something that will give you hope. So Patrick was a pretty wild teenager, and he rebelled against the Christian roots that he had. He grew up in the church and was catechized, and which just means he learned Bible stories and some of the doctrines of the church. But he didn't believe it, and he rebelled against it. When he was 16, his village was raided by pirates. Pirates actually kidnapped him while he was asleep and whisked him off on this ship to Ireland. Patrick was actually born in England, and so they took him in this ship to Ireland, and they sold him to a druid. And the druid became his slave master, and Patrick became a slave. And he was forced to shepherd for this druid. And I'm sure during that time, Patrick started getting pretty hopeless. And not only hopeless because he was away from his family and his friends and everything he knew and loved, but shepherding was tough. You had to sleep outside. You had to fend off wild animals. He had to face the elements, heat and cold and rain and storms. Well, what do you think happened to Patrick's mind and his heart during this time? It didn't crush him. But the reason it didn't crush him is he started putting his hope in something outside of himself. What happened during that time is what theologians call natural revelation. The God of the universe started revealing himself to Patrick. So all the Bible stories, everything he learned when he was growing up, it started becoming real. And Patrick, when he looked at the stars, when he felt the wind on his face, he started to realize that there was someone behind all of this. And he realized it was God. And during that time, he came to know Jesus, and he was saved. And he started putting his hope in the God of the universe, that the God of the universe was going to take care of him, was going to shepherd him. As he was shepherding animals, the God of the universe, Jesus himself, was going to shepherd him through this time. And something even beyond that happened to Patrick that's hard to explain. But he didn't just survive this time, but he started to thrive. He actually started to love his captors. He started to appreciate his captors. He started learning their language and their culture, and he developed an appreciation for it. Well, fast forward 6 years, so Patrick would have been about 22 years old. What Patrick says is an angel came to him and told him that he must go, that there was a boat waiting for him and he could get back home. Now, some accounts say, and I think even Patrick himself claimed, that he ran for something like 400 miles, which, if he did, that's quite the Spartan feat that he accomplished. And lo and behold, there was a boat. He got back on, and he sailed back to England. Fast forward 40 years. Patrick, during that time, had become a priest during that 40 years. And he claims another angel came to him, and in that vision, an angel read letters to him from the people in Ireland, from the Druids in Ireland. And they said, "Patrick, come back, we need you." And so Patrick went back to his captors, to his slave owners, and with love and kindness and tenderness in his heart, he began to teach them and tell them about Jesus. And the very first person to come to faith in Jesus there was the Druid who was his slave master, his slave owner. And very soon, the whole culture of Ireland started changing. So things like different cultural practices that the Druids had, such as child sacrifice and human sacrifices, completely stopped. And so Patrick, walking through this very difficult time where his life got turned upside down, he ended up having hope. He ended up putting his hope in someone else. And it totally changed his life. Not only helped him get through this situation, but he ended up changing Ireland forever and ended up changing the world. So I just want to share a little bit of an encouragement with you, and hopefully that was encouraging to you. So during this crazy time, where are you putting your hope? All right, guys, take care. Set a schedule, go to bed early, wake up early, keep eating healthy, exercise, and I'm hoping that we can meet up real soon.